Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, let's take a look at Near and see where we can land with price targets for the 2024-2025 bull run. But before we get started, just a reminder, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. And while we're at it, most of you watching this video are not subscribed. You've got to subscribe to this channel. I am doing content every day, price predictions at 6 a.m., other videos with airdrops, with things that are going to be really valuable for you, especially in this constantly changing crypto space. Hit the subscribe button for every video that I publish. And if you are subscribed, why don't you turn on that notification button for everything that I just said before? You do not want to miss out on the opportunities that are coming your way over this year and next year and beyond. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right into this. I talked about this in the Injective video, and I want to repeat this again in the Near video. Which competing layer one will reach an $80 billion market cap? All right, what's the significance of $80 billion? That was Solana, that was Luna, I believe it got to $80 billion. It wasn't Avalanche, but Avalanche got to $28 billion. It's not crazy to think that Avalanche could go to $80 billion in market cap this time around, so I don't include it in this list. Which layer one, I should say, under $10 billion has the potential to do what Solana did last cycle? Well, I have four, and these are the four, and I do believe that none of the other layer ones, unless there's something that comes along that's new and exciting, that's just absolutely shocking, has a huge blow off top. I believe that these are the four that at least have potential. Okay, I'm not saying that all four of these will, but I would be shocked if none of them didn't. Sorry for the double negative there. And these are in order of likelihood, in my opinion. And if you're a fan of Near, don't be offended that I have Injective with a smaller market cap ahead of Near. Let me explain. Internet Computer, number one, as of the day that I'm making this video, $6.5 billion market cap. There's just a lot of potential with the ecosystem. I love the platform. I love the tech. And I'm looking at what caused Solana to go up to $250 or whatever it was last cycle, and what caused them recently towards the end of 2023, early 2024, to go up to $120 per coin. It was that people were actually using the ecosystem. You know, in 2021, it was really big with NFTs. And I know, all right, I'm not going to get into the FTX stuff with Solana, but really big into NFTs. People were seeing the expensive gas fees and were like, nope, I want the next best thing. They identified Solana as the next best thing and went to Solana. Which cryptocurrency, in my opinion, which project has the most likelihood of gaining more widespread adoption? I would say Internet Computer, followed by Injective, because the big run up with Injective towards the end of 2023 was that people were getting into Injective to participate in airdrops. A lot of airdrops in the Cosmos ecosystem, which I'm covering in this channel, which is why you should subscribe. So Injective has a leg up as of right now because of access to airdrops that are causing people to buy and stake Injective. And this wasn't on Injective, but again, Cosmos ecosystem, Celestia, which is number 36 in market cap the day that I'm making this video. It launched in November of 2020, and people made 5 figures and even 6 figures off of small initial investment in staking with Celestia. So now people are flocking to Injective with the hopes that they can find the next Celestia. So what does Near have to offer? What will they have to offer? That's the big question that I'm trying to figure out to see if it can get to that amazing, exciting point where it would reach an $80 billion market cap. And from the bear market bottom to that $80 billion market cap, we could see something like an 80x, a 70 to 80x in the price. That would be fantastic. And there are some things that I'm seeing in the works, and I do want to say I can't disclose much more than this. All right, I don't know the insiders, okay, but I am another leg removed. All right, I'm not a big deal in the crypto space. I'm fully fine with that. I like who I am in this space, but I know the people who know the people. And the people who I'm talking to say that there is a lot in the pipeline for Near when it comes to potentially reaching the same kind of adoption that we have seen with Solana, with Injective, with Internet Computer. And that's all I'll say for now. Kaspa is kind of like the dark horse outside shot. I could see it happening. I could see it not happening. But Near, Injective, Internet Computer, I could see much more that these are the ones that if there were any three that I would choose, you put a gun to my head, it's these three. So with that in mind, some things that you've got to pay attention to when it comes to Near. Okay, so Near peaked at a $12 billion market cap in 2022. So Near was kind of a late bloomer in 2022. I mean, it did fantastic throughout 2021, but then peaked in January of 2022, already did a $12 billion market cap. So a lot of you watching this video may think, okay, then it's a no-brainer that Near could get up to $80 billion. Well, here's my thing. Here's what I'll say. There were two cryptocurrencies that existed in the 2017-2018 bull run, major cryptocurrencies, I should say, that did more than a 4x. And those two cryptocurrencies were Dogecoin and Binance. Dogecoin, Elon Musk, all the insanity with that, it was due for that kind of a breakout, but Dogecoin was an outlier. And I would also say that Binance was kind of an outlier too. Binance just kind of became this big behemoth in the crypto space, and it was due because we needed a Binance-like thing to happen in China. So the likelihood that Near would pull off something like what Dogecoin or Binance did seems low to me. So, okay, $12 billion, can it do, what's it going to do in between there? Could it do a 4X? I mean, a 4X, sure, that's possible. More like, but you know, getting to $80 billion, between a 6 and 7x, that seems just a little bit outside of the range that I'm comfortable with. So keep that in mind. A couple other things to keep in mind is that Near is pretty inflationary. I would say it's in the realm of highly inflationary when it comes to their supply. They're about 60 to 70% more supply in circulation, and you can see that they are increasing their supply. I have a projection that Near will be at a 1.14 billion total circulating supply by the time of around January 1st, 2025. As of the day that I'm making this video, it's 1.01 billion. Just keep that in mind because when we're looking at Near, we are trying to see, we're looking at a couple of things. So you can see that Near bottomed out in the fall of 2023. That carries a great deal of significance to me, and I attributed that to this aggressive rise in circulating supply, which, you know, I will say this, that's not a bad thing. Layer ones need to do one of two things to make money. They either need to charge lots of fees on their transactions, which a lot of these layer ones are not willing to do. Ethereum's another story. Or they need to increase their supply to attract developer activity and to give incentives to developers. And that's what Near has done. And they have been a rapidly growing layer one when it comes to developer growth. So I can't blame them for this. It's just you've got to keep this in mind because most cryptocurrencies bottomed out in the summer and fall of 2022. Near, because of this sell pressure from their increasing supply, has bottomed out in November of 2023. And Near will still continue to be pretty inflationary moving forward. And so there's going to be some sell pressure as we get up closer to all-time highs. Now, can Near break an all-time high? I believe it can. Will it? I am less confident about this than a cryptocurrency, a layer one, I hate to say it like this, but Ethereum or Cardano, which has much better, I wouldn't say better tokenomics, but less of inflationary supply. You've got to keep this in mind. That's all I'm saying. So we're not measuring Near when it comes to fib levels. We cannot measure this by price. And so if you're watching Near price prediction videos, keep this in mind because most of the videos that I'm watching, they are looking at fib charts like this one on the screen, and they're measuring where they think that Near is going to go based on the price alone. And I think that it's not misleading. It's just they don't have an element in their price analysis that they really need because this is very important. You cannot measure this based on price. You have to do it based on market cap. And so this is where I'm focusing for my price analysis. This is what I think is going to give more reasonable, more realistic, and better price targets for Near moving forward. And so with all of those things in mind, I'm looking at two options for price targets under a normal cycle scenario. And I want to stress again, I'm using these words normal cycle scenario. And I talk about this in depth in the Bitcoin video. And so you've got to watch that video to understand where I'm coming from, where I'm talking about normal cycle scenario. I think 2024 is going to be an incredibly difficult year to navigate because of an amazing bullish potential catalysts, but also some pretty strong bearish potential catalysts. So understand that from the normal cycle scenario video. But here's where I stand as far as the different scenarios. Market cap retrace, a 2.618 market cap retrace that gives us a $32.787 billion market cap. That's almost a 3x, between a 2 and a 3x in market cap. Now, I want to stress something here. The 2.618 market cap retrace is in a scenario where we're not really seeing a ton of adoption on Near, but I am hoping, I'm trusting that there are things in the works that are coming out over this year, over next year, that's going to make Near a very attractive option. And so if that's not the case, 2.618 market cap retrace, that gives us a price of $28.76. As I'm paying attention to what is happening in the Near ecosystem, if I'm not seeing much, I am exiting entirely at this price. I'm exiting all the way up, even before all-time highs, but I am exiting 100% if Near gets to this price. And if it goes beyond, fantastic. Now, that might be disappointing to you because Near's all-time high is $20, above $20. And so for me to say $28.66, that I'm sure that's really depressing, but that is, again, a 2.5x in market cap, So that matters. And this is where the supply dynamics really matter. So it is what it is. But here's the more fun scenario, in my opinion. Near's market cap dominance peaked at 0.57%. If we have more adoption coming to Near, I could see a 0.75% market cap dominance, and I believe that the total crypto market cap under a normal cycle scenario will go to $7 trillion. In that case, Near would reach a $52.5 billion market cap. Divide that by 1.14 billion circulating supply, you give it a price of $46.05. So $46.05, that's between a 1.618 retrace in price and a 2.618 retrace. That sounds more exciting. I'm sure some of you would want much higher prices than that, and I'm sure some of you are hearing much higher price predictions than that. But to me, this seems very reasonable. And this, honestly, I can't envision a scenario where I would see Near going higher than around this price, especially because this lines up perfectly. 52.5 billion. Remember that as we get to this next chart here. 52.5 billion market cap retrace. 52.5 billion gives us a 4.236 retrace exactly for Near in market cap. So to me, when I'm looking at that, this is the best case scenario. I do not expect a lot of cryptos to go beyond a 4.236 retrace when it comes to their market cap, aside from something like what happened with Dogecoin and with Binance last time around. Maybe and maybe you have reasons to believe that Near is going to take over the world. It's going to shock you. It's going to blow you away. Regardless, listen, if you're hoping for $80 billion, $100 billion for Near, you've got to be, not financial advice, again, taking profits along the way. If you bought Near at $1 and you're seeing it go back to its all-time high, that's the name of the game this time around, in my opinion. Always be holding a moon bag, sure, but I'm out in these circumstances. 46.05, I am out 100%. And that's just how I'm going to roll. That's a little bit more. It's about a 12x from prices from where we are at the moment. If you want to hold beyond that, that's your thing. Cool. But I'm sticking with 46.05 if we see adoption for Nier, which I think we will. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Let me know, am I too bullish, too bearish? Am I crazy? Am I stupid? You know, if my price targets are too high, I'm crazy. If they're too low, I'm stupid. All of those things, I would be happy to hear you call me those terrible names in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.